Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1875 of What's She Up to Now, documenting the journey as I originally transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business over a quarter century in corporate America while simultaneously owning and operating lots of different businesses in lots of different industries. 27, at least 27 offline before I came online. And I've lost count since I came online, lots and lots of businesses. And owning as well as interacting with and coaching and consulting for different businesses in different industries. So every day, a couple of years ago, I started doing daily content, primarily because I wanted to get more comfortable doing video, live video, just getting online, talking and sharing information. So as I was moving from my house and downsizing, it was time to downsize following my divorce. I found a book of idioms that was my kids from junior high that they never even opened, never even cracked it. And I thought, well, I could just do an idiom a day for like 30 to 60 days while I'm moving, and that'll give me a topic and I can tie that into building and growing and supersizing your business. Well, there were 600 plus idioms in that book, and lo and behold, I did it for it took about 6 months to actually move and rehab our house and get it ready for sale. And then the pandemic hit, and so it just became easy to keep doing it. And so here I am, we're at least 1,500 idioms into this. And some of them have been repeated because it goes with the topic that I'm talking about in my annual challenge. I do an annual challenge. This is my 6th year in a row doing an annual challenge online. I've done annual challenges personally, for decades, but with the pandemic and everything, it just seemed fitting that I do an annual challenge. And we started, in addition to the annual challenge, doing a 30-day plus get up and go challenge during 2020 and 2021. Every other month we'd do a monthly challenge or a challenge for the month, just to keep us moving in a really crazy time. I mean, I don't know about you, but the pandemic, I think, was a little bit discombobulating and crazy for pretty much everybody I met. Our lives changed a lot. My life changed a lot. My life had changed a few years earlier with some vision challenges, but it even impacted me less so than a lot of people, but it definitely impacted, on a global basis. That's why it's a global pandemic. Impacts everybody, for not everybody, but as close as to everybody as anything in my lifetime has. So today, our idiom for supersize your business, I help people to grow and build and supersize their business. And it's different for a lot of my clients. I have a process I use like everyone else. This is the process I use step by step to build and grow and supersize my businesses. And that's what I teach to other people. But our idiom today for that group was: a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu, of course, the founder of Taoism, a Chinese gentleman and philosopher. This proverb, it's a Chinese proverb that he is accredited with creating. Slightly different wording, but means the same thing. Basically, you need to get started and start small, but do something, take some action in order to create anything that you want or anything that's meaningful in our lives. So we talked about that a little bit. And then our action item and our topic for this year's annual challenge, the Get Your Goals annual challenge, we're going through the SOAP framework, which is a framework, again, that I started teaching and sharing in 2020 because of the pandemic. I am like, okay, what is the process I use for dealing with changes and challenges? How can I make that easy to understand and help other people to do the same? Because once you install a process like that in your subconscious, you automatically use it on a subconscious level, can then use it on a conscious level when you need to. But a lot of the things that would trip us up or take longer to think about, we just let our subconscious run that little SOAP framework and come up with the best possible solution for us at the time, without us necessarily having to think about all the little decisions and choices and possibilities and things we need to analyze and make, right? So today we're on the P. We're focusing on mental well-being this month, the month of March. I have a 9-part life framework that I use and I teach people and share. And it's, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, confidence, and communication. Because I think those are all foundational areas to becoming the kind of person I want to be. And I learned in 2010 that when you don't pay attention to certain areas of that life framework, they will make you pay attention. I had a sudden cardiac arrest in 2010 because I wasn't paying attention to my mental well-being. I wasn't paying attention to my physical well-being. I wasn't paying attention to my emotional well-being. And all of those kind of converged to give me a huge wake-up call. And I hate to say that happens, but it pretty much happens to all of us. The universe will send us events and messages and things to get our attention. And if we don't pay attention, the messages get louder and louder and louder, and more consequences more severe of us not paying attention, not listening. So this month, we're focusing on mental well-being. We just are finishing up the Pea in the Soap framework today with an area of our mental health or mental well-being that we want to improve. And I've been sharing increased positive self-talk. I am always wanting to have more positive self-talk, being my own cheerleader in my head instead of negative. And with how negative our world is and all the things around us, a lot of the time, we have to consciously choose to do things to feed our brain what it needs and our mind what it needs to create what it is that we want in our life. I have so many examples of that in my personal experience, as well as people that I interact with and people close to me. We get what we think about, whether we believe it or not. We get what we think about, whether we want it or not. You know, a lot of times we think we're thinking about what we want, but we're really focusing on and paying more attention to what we don't want. And then we wonder why what we don't want keeps showing up in our life. And it's, you know, one of the most powerful things we can do is impact our thinking in a way that serves us instead of a way that detracts from us. So that's it. If I can help you in any way, hit me up today. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. I'm getting ready for a trip at the end of the week. We're leaving Friday morning bright and early. So I need to pack. I need to plan my content. I need to do a whole bunch of things to prepare for that trip. But I'm here if you need me, so just ask.